Hi everyone, welcome back to another Guidance from Within podcast episode. I'm Brittany, your friend and host, bridging the seen and unseen worlds of our reality. So something fun that I want to mention I'm going to start doing is recording myself, recording podcasts and putting it on YouTube. So if you really enjoy the podcast as audio only and you can listen to it wherever you go, whatever you're doing, that's going to be accessible. But if you enjoy actually visually seeing the podcast being recorded and see me talk about whatever that is for the podcast that day, you can now do that on YouTube. And I've done this a couple of times before, but I'm going to start making this regular. So yeah, feel free to watch this on YouTube or listen to it as a podcast. Either way, same message, same information. Before we get started in today's episode, also, my window's open, so if you hear birds in the background or like an essential oil machine in the background, just take it in as part of the experience of the podcast. Anyway, there's a couple of things that I want to mention before I get to the main topic of this podcast episode. One thing that I want to mention is that Magic Waters, my little organic bath and body Etsy shop, just launched a new line of bath salts and bath bombs. So for people who really love the oils and the bath bomb qualities that I make and the crystals in the bath bombs, or really love the bath salts and how they feel, you can get new blends without the herbs. So I know a lot of people don't really like soaking in the herbs, or maybe they just don't like cleaning the herbs out of the bathtub after the soak. You don't have to anymore. So now I'm offering bath bombs and bath salts without the herbs in it, and you can pick. So there are 3 new bath salts, 3 new bath bombs, and I'm so excited. I've used most of them or all of them at this point, and they're amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I made them, but I'm saying that because they really do feel good. That's the first thing that I want to mention. So Magic Waters Co. is my little Etsy shop that I started not even a year ago. Feel free to check that out. And the other thing that I want to mention, some kind of like housekeeping stuff, is I am starting or have started a free book club. So Read, Pray, Love is what I decided to name the book club. We meet Friday nights at 6:30 EST on Zoom. We are going into our 3rd meeting, and it is about Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. The next book we will pick together as a group in 2 weeks' time, and I hope to see you there. And we're going to change probably the day and time so that we can include different people and more people in the conversation. But all I have to say is 2 days ago we met for the second time, and the conversations and the thoughtful comments and opinions and the insights that every single person brought to the meeting was so heart-opening and so beautiful that I just, especially with the isolation that's been happening within the world, to show up to the spiritual book club and to have these kind of conversations with like-minded people, and not really like-minded people, just people who are open-minded and people who do have questions and people who want to reach out to other individuals to explore answers to the questions that they have. It's a beautiful process, and I'm enjoying this group so much. I feel like it's a gift for myself more than a community that has been created. It's truly become a blessing in my life. So you can sign up if you go to the AkashicAlmanac.com, or if you go to @the Akashic Almanac Instagram. There's a link in my bio, and you can join us. Really, like, throw your PJs on, grab a cup of tea. You don't even have to put the video on. You can just put the audio on and listen and enjoy. Yeah, it's a beautiful group. So the third thing that I want to mention is I'm now offering free yoga. So if you know my story, you know that I taught yoga for 4 years at my university. I went to India and became certified teaching yoga. I've taught yin yoga, vinyasa yoga, hatha yoga, stand-up paddleboard yoga. I've taught many different types of meditation and chanting mantras. Man, I've even taught glow-in-the-dark yoga, which was really fun. So I have a lot of yoga experience, but it's been 2 years since I've taught an actual yoga class. Sometimes we fall off our path, and not in a bad way at all. We fall off our path to adventure into new avenues. And over the past 2 years, I have gone through many avenues, especially starting, Magic Waters business and the Akashic Almanac business, and now I'm ready to start incorporating teaching yoga again. So the first free yoga class is going to be March 4th at 7 p.m. and it's all on Zoom. So if you email me, the Akashic Almanac at gmail.com, if you message me on Instagram or through my website, let me know that's what you're interested in. I'll send you the Zoom link. It's at 7 p.m. EST, and honestly, you're helping me. You're helping me more than me just teaching you yoga or offering free yoga, because I have to practice. I need to practice teaching yoga. I need to get into the swing of things again and find my voice again within the practice itself. So you would be doing me a favor by joining me this the 4th, which I believe is Thursday. Yes, joining me this Thursday, you would actually be helping me out more than anything. So thank you for your interest, and I hope to see you there and helping me practice to teach yoga. I'm very excited. And the other piece of news that I want to share, final thoughts, is, as you may know, I'm planning a move to Hawaii. So I currently live in North Carolina, and planning a move to Hawaii is literally moving halfway around the world. So my friend and I, and my partner are all planning this huge move. And so what I would like to do is create a new podcast and also a new YouTube channel that involves our move, the journey that we are undergoing to get us to Hawaii, our thought process behind our move, what it's like to even move, what it's like to move a cat, what it's like to move your car to Hawaii, and picking out where to live in Hawaii, that whole process. So hopefully starting soon a podcast and a new YouTube video, just so that you can share the process, and also when we move to Hawaii and we relocate and we actually get there, we'll have places to share our experiences in Hawaii, to share about the culture, or things that we learn, or overall life changes, and lots of videos of Hawaii, because it's Hawaii and it's gorgeous. So that's kind of in the works and in my thought process. So be on the lookout for all of those things. And thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up to this podcast and listening. It truly means a lot to me. It truly, truly means a lot to me that you would listen to anything that I would have to share. So aside from all of the news, kind of the themes of my life and the changes and things that I am sharing and offering, I wanted to talk today with you about living consciously versus living unconsciously. So I will say that the inspiration, just like last week's podcast, the inspiration for this week's podcast did come from my book club, Read, Pray, Love. And it directly came from Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch, specifically page 77. And if you don't know anything about the books, the author of the books opens up a channel or a gateway and begins to channel who they believe to be God, or source energy, or God source energy, or the divine, and asking questions to God. He writes all the answers down, and we get to read it and to be a part of that dialogue. So God is saying, call forth what you want in your life. Call it forth. Call forth what you want for yourself in life. And how does he word this? God says, go to your highest thought about yourself. Imagine the you that you would be if you lived that thought every day. Imagine what you would think, do, and say, and how you would respond to what others do and say. Do you see any difference between that projection and what you think, do, and say now? And the answer probably is yes. So this is how you begin to change, where you consciously begin to change, where you consciously begin to be a proactive participant in life and creating what you want out of life. And basically God says we've spent so much of our life living unconscious, that when the results of what we think about ourselves come to fruition in our lives, we blame life. We blame life, or we blame the outside of us. But when we take a deeper look, we realize things that have come into our lives because of our thoughts of how we view ourselves. And this really sparked a lot of thinking within me and a lot of insights within my own mind. So As an Akashic Record reader, I have received many messages from many people about how to start changing their vibration and how to start, like, I'll call it like leveling up in life, how to start changing your vibration so that you are getting yourself out of a place that you feel stuck. And a lot of people will ask about abundance or financial abundance. And a lot of people will ask about like things in their life that they're wanting to create, but they haven't been able to create yet. And a lot of times a guide will come through, or messages in general will come through from the Akashic Records. And the message is generally this: you have to catch yourself with what you are thinking. Every time that you downplay yourself, or every time that you let yourself feel bad about yourself, you are creating that within to create that within the 3D physical world. You have to catch yourself with every thought, or as I might call it, 180. So a lot of times it will come through, the energy that comes through within the records is to 180 your thoughts, to 180 yourself. And what do we mean by that? We mean when you think that I can't do that, you stop and you go, wait, I can do that. I am capable of doing that. When you tell yourself that you're not worthy of success, you stop and you literally 180 the thought and you go, I am capable of that success. I am deserving of that success. I will have that success. So, and this may seem elementary, right? This may seem like too easy or too basic, or yeah, sure, my therapist told me this, right? Oh, my therapist told me this. I try to do this and it doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. It's because you think that is easy. It is hard. It is hard to catch yourself in a thought that is hindering yourself. It is so hard to catch yourself thinking of yourself in a negative way. And why is it so hard to do that? It is because you have had many years of practice thinking negatively about yourself, your situation, and you have many influences around you in your life that tell you that where you are is not good enough. You need to buy this, or purchase this, or go here, or volunteer for this. There are many things in your life that tell you what you are doing right now is not good enough because you don't have this in your life, or because you aren't actively doing this in your life, right? So then you always feel like you are not enough, or like you are not doing enough. So when it comes to your self-perception, by the way, this isn't in the book, this is just the insights that I gained from reading the book. So when it comes from your self-perception, when it comes to you talking to yourself, you are triggered and you get into the cycle of going, man, I don't think I can write that book because I never went to college to write. Or I don't think I can write that book because I don't have someone to edit the book. Who would want to read a book if I don't pay someone to edit the book? Or it might be something along the lines of, I can't start that business because I don't have the money to rent a space or buy the stuff I need for the business, or whatever, right? When you let yourself think simply, and when you are your own cheerleader and you start to 180 your thoughts, what will happen is life will open up doorways for you naturally. This is a natural process. Life will open up doorways for you to walk in. You guys, I probably had $1,000 to my name when I started the Akashic Almanac and when I started Magic Waters. I put any amount of savings that I had in starting these two businesses. And, you know, even if now, a year later, I'm not, let's say, you know, money doesn't grow from trees for me, right? It is a work ethic that I put into this business, into growing it, and to growing what I want for myself. It is a process, but I still am in this loop of wow, if I write that book, no one's going to want to read it. Why would I spend time writing that book? Or, sure, I make bath bombs, but no one else is going to buy these bath bombs. There are a million bath bombs you can buy. Why would anyone want to buy this bath bomb? Or sure, there are a million, psychic or mediums or intuitive readers or other Akashic Record readers. Why would anyone want to get a reading from me, right? I still do this to myself. So, and if I still do this, I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this. There are people that do this too. Most of us do this. So if we're taking info from conversations with God, and if we're taking info from me connecting with spirit guides, 100% you have to consciously be aware of how you talk to yourself, because that either closes or opens up these energy pathways that the universe is able to provide for you. That is the law of vibration. I've talked about this before on the podcast. That is also the law of attraction. You have to believe in yourself first. You have to 180 your thoughts and always think about your highest thought for yourself. And one thing I'll say is sometimes it's really hard to know what your highest thought is. Sometimes it's really hard to know what your highest thought is. I know, because I've been practicing this, and sometimes it's really hard. What I would say surrounding this is, and what the book also comments on is the thought fueled by fear, or is the thought fueled by love? The thought fueled by fear is that I'm not worthy of having paying clients. I'm not worthy of having people that would buy the products that I make. That's a fear base, right? Or is it coming from a place of love? Because I am here and I'm showing up and I am uniquely myself, and I feel within me that I am meant to do this. No matter if a billion other people are doing what I'm doing, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I'm going to do it because it's calling me to do it for a reason. There's two different thoughts here. There's two different frequencies supporting each of these thoughts. I'm going to do it because it's something I want to do. Or who's going to buy this? Why would I do this? No one's going to want this from me. All in all, if I could summarize this, I would say start noticing your thoughts first. Start being the observer of your thoughts. And I know a lot of meditation techniques, teach us this. And I know a lot of yoga techniques teach us this as well, to be the observer, to observe your thoughts, to not be attached to the thought or to be attached to the self. Observe your thoughts. Let yourself go from being an unconscious observer, walking and thinking unconsciously throughout life, to being a conscious observer, constantly observing how we think and how we treat ourselves, and start to begin to notice how you can 180 it, how you can think your highest thought. It is hard, and I understand, because again, we're in this pattern or this cycle where we're so used to telling ourselves we can't, or we're not worthy, or we're not loved enough to do this, or we don't have the support enough to do this, to going, if there's a will, there's a way. I believe in myself enough to start this. I believe in myself enough to go for it. And one thing that I want to mention that's kind of right along with this is there are going to be so many people out there that tell you or push you in a direction that says, if you buy my products, or if you work with me, I can get you to where you need to go faster. And yes, that all works. Everyone needs help. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs a helping hand from time to time. But until you believe in yourself, until you believe in the success of yourself, a million people could try to help you. But until you believe in yourself, you may feel stagnant. You may feel like you are not achieving what you want to achieve, because those thoughts keep creeping in. Those thoughts of self-doubt and self-worth that don't feel good will keep creeping in. So start believing in yourself. Start telling yourself that you can instead of I can't. So that when you go on this journey to invest in yourself, and to ask for help and to start paying for services that will help you, you're showing up as an equal. You're showing up as someone who goes, okay, I'm ready for this. I can do this. I am ready for this. Okay? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And I hope this helps, because it's helped me a lot being able to choose my highest thought versus a thought that doesn't feel very good, or helping me 180 my thoughts as it comes. So the guys in the Akashic Records would say, 180 your thought. If you need to journal it down and 180 your thought, go for it. If you need to take a pen and paper with you everywhere you go, so that when you go, oh, that's a good idea, but I would never be able to do that, even if your heart is asking you to pursue that idea or that project, but in your mind you go, that's a good idea, but I don't think I could ever achieve that. You take a second, you take your notebook out, you take your pen out, and you go, I can achieve that. I will achieve that. If you have to say it out loud, say it out loud. Allow yourself to participate in how you think, not unconsciously thinking because that's the way the world has taught you to think about yourself, or the way the world has said, you need this to feel successful. You need this car to feel better about yourself. You need to buy this house so that you can feel like you've succeeded in some way, in some milestone of life, right? Changing the way you think about yourself and perceive yourself is like, it'll change your life. It will change your life. Beautiful. A couple of affirmations that I want to leave you with today. A couple of things that I personally wrote down are, I have everything I need. I am an abundant being. I have everything I need. I am an abundant being. If you can let yourself start with I am statements with everything that you do or how you think about yourself, right? I am love. I am courageous. I am successful. If you let yourself say I am followed by a positive, uplifting statement, you are putting out there into the universe that you are this. Not that one day you'll be this, or not that you wish that you had this. I wish I had a successful business. I want a successful business. I need a successful business. No, I am a successful business owner. I am successful in everything that I do, right? So start 180 your thoughts. Start asking yourself what is your highest thought in that moment, and how you can start viewing yourself within your highest thought. That way you can move from unconscious thinking to conscious thinking and creating the life that you want through the law of vibration and the law of attraction. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. If you're watching or just listening, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. I know there was a lot in this short conversation. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you joined the book club. I hope to see you for yoga on Thursday if you get this message in time. And yeah, have a beautiful week.